I want to touch quickly on some universal service rules to provide some additional context. There's three main rules. You have the golden rule, which is what? Whoever has the goal makes the rules, right? Just kidding. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. You've heard that before, haven't you? It's like in the Bible. Treat others the way you would like to be treated. If you want people to be nice to you, you should be nice to them first. If you want people to open doors for you, you should open doors for people first, right? Now, what if I really like room temperature water, which isn't really the case, but let's assume that. And you ask me to set up this room with water for everyone. Should I set it up with room temperature water? Why not? No, that's what I want. If I like room temperature water, I should assume that you like the same thing, right? But it's about me. It's not? She's like, no, it's not. I'm from the islands, as I told you before, and some of you are as well. In St. Thomas, it's considered rude to not say good morning or good afternoon. People look at you like if you walk into an emergency room in the hospital, and you walk into the lobby and you don't say good morning, people be like, who do you think he is? Who do you think she is? So I took that mentality to Atlanta. In Atlanta, people are pretty much the same way. In the South, people are very, friendly. You don't have to good morning. I don't have to know you to have a conversation, right? Then I moved from Atlanta to the Washington, D.C. area. You can be right next to somebody on the metro, right next to somebody in the elevator. No one's going to say anything unless they know who you are. So I would come to work in the morning, my island boy self, and good morning, how are you doing? Buenos dias, good to see you, what's going on? Yeah. I would do that for the first, few minutes at work, get back to my office drained. You know why? Nobody would say good morning back. So I would go home at night and complain to my wife like, what's wrong with everyone else? I was trying to treat people the way I wanted to be treated, but I was actually annoying people every day. Not everybody wanted some dude up in their face, good morning, good morning, good morning, until they had their 10 gallons of coffee. I had to learn the hard way that not everyone wants to be treated the way I want to be treated. Service is not about me and what I want to give. It's about what the other person wants to receive. If I give you what you don't want, that's not service. That's annoying, isn't it? Make sense? Some of your guests, for them, excellent service is to leave them alone. Some of your guests want to come chillax in the corner with their USA Today on their tablet, and if you leave them alone, that's exactly what they came here for. So if you come up in their grill, that's not good service. So understand what your guest wants. So that's the platinum rule. Treat others the way they want to be treated. I thought if you give your guests what they want, they'll be happy. Doesn't that make sense? Isn't that logical? Until I just moved to the D.C. area. This is like 10 years ago. And we love it now, by the way. We love it. First few months, not so much. Went to visit a friend's house. Didn't realize there were good parts and bad parts of D.C. Very naive. So I went to visit a friend in a bad part. Left my car parked outside for maybe 20 minutes. When I came back to the car, guess what happened? The car was there. No tires? Radio? Y'all know this too well. I don't know. The front right wheel was missing. Just the front right wheel. But they left the jack for me. I guess that was good service. So I'm livid. If I could turn red, I would turn red, but I can't turn red, So I put on the little donut wheel. And I drove to the Toyota dealership. I was driving a Toyota at the time. Went up to the parts desk and I said, my wheel got stolen. I need to order a new wheel. The guy behind the desk said, no problem, we'll get you a new wheel. He went into his computer, I'll get you a new wheel. It'll cost this much, it'll be here tomorrow. That's the platinum rule. He gave me what I asked for, I should be happy. As I'm leaving, The manager of the dealership saw me and said, well, sir, did you get everything that you came for? I said, well, yeah, my wheel got stolen. I ordered a new wheel. He said, but you also ordered the wheel locks, right? I said, what's a wheel lock? How many of you have heard of wheel locks? Show of hands. See all your big shots. For those of us who didn't know, a wheel lock is a special lug you put on the wheel that prevents theft. It's like one per wheel. I never knew they manufactured such products. I went back to the guy I ordered the wheel from and I said, I thought that we were friends. I told you that my wheel got stolen, but you said nothing about wheel locks. Guess what he said? He said, but I was giving you what you wanted. Do you get that? He gave me precisely what I asked for, and I was still upset. Have you ever given your guests what they've asked for and they're still not happy? Do you know what that means? That means that meeting expectations is not enough. Don't think you're doing something special by merely complying with people's requests. A guest asks for some tea and you bring them the tea, should they be like, wow, this is the best hotel in the history of forever, this is so awesome? No. Bring something, yeah, exactly. What kind of tea? Green tea, white tea, black tea, honey, lemon? Should I steep it for you? I mean, right? Do something more. So on the way home, I made up the double platinum rule. Treat others the way they don't even know they want to be treated yet. Yeah. Treat others the way they don't even know they want to be treated yet. Look for opportunities to anticipate, to do something more. Always ask yourself the following question. Are you ready for this following question? Okay, the question is, how can I do more than the bare minimum with this person? How can I do more than the bare minimum with this person? How can I do more than the bare minimum with this person? Ask yourself that question over and over and over and over again. If you do that every day, it becomes a habit. And habits are really hard to break.